Hey, hey, what's up? This is your girl Diamond. I am going live. I usually go live on Fridays, but I travel tomorrow to Atlanta, Georgia. So I will be traveling and won't be in town. So I wanted to go live on Thursday. Um, and today we're going to be talking about, um, I'm going to cover a couple of things. I'm going to cover Meek Mills and his, you know, queer allegations. We're going to cover the Maddie, T.S. Madison versus Jess Hilarious. And we're going to cover, I got some things I'm trying to understand about Miss Netta and Charles and the public response to them. It's kind of problematic, but I'll share with y'all when we get to that. Um, thank you. My birthday was um yesterday, and I had an amazing, just this has been one of the best birthdays in a very, very long time. I got almost everything that I wanted. And I'll show y'all a couple of things once we get started. Um, and I got to spend it with my friends. Some of my friends came in from out of town. All my local friends came to my birthday dinner on Saturday. It has just been a week of me being on cloud nine and amazing. So I want to thank everybody for showing me love on Instagram and on Marsha's Plate platform, my podcast. And yeah, thank y'all. Thank y'all for showing the love. Yes. So how is everybody doing? Hey, Ty. Make sure as y'all come in, y'all thumbs up. Come on, the 24th. That's when we had my party on that Saturday. Work. Happy birthday. Oh gosh. I have been, what's been some good stuff that has been happening. Um, I'm in the 270s. So y'all know I'm on this I got surgery, gastric sleeve back in August, and I started off at 335, and I'm down to 275. So that's like a what? How many pounds is that? Is that like 50? I don't know how many. I don't know how many, but I can't remember. Yeah, somewhere around 50 or 60 or something. Yeah, so I'm excited about, that because I was kind of plateauing a little bit. Like it felt like I was in the 80s, like 280s for a long time. So to get in the 270 somethings is dope. I was like, okay, so it's continue to go down. My goal weight is 240-ish. Anything between 230 and 250 will be perfect for me. That's when I was at my personal perfect weight. I am 5'11". So with that height and 220, 230, 240, I like to be a thick girl. I don't want to be skinny. I still want to be in the plus size range. I just want to be in a smaller plus size range. Um, so I want to be like a size 16, 14, 16. I don't want to be a 10, 8. I don't want to be anything low. I still want to be a thick girl because I like to be a cheesecake baby. I like to jiggle and be curvy and be a woman. So that's the goal. So the goal is to be at like anything between 230 and 250 would be nice. Um, So I'm excited about that. And let me show y'all my outfit. I feel like I look cute today. So, ouch. Yeah. So I feel super cute. This actually is let me pull it down so y'all can see my goodies. This actually is an old Calvin Klein skirt, but it is if I turn around, y'all see my whole ass cheeks, but I wanted to, I love the turtleneck of it. So I used it as a shirt. And it kind of put a little flare in the pants. So I love these parachute pants. They're so cute. I love these. I can either wear my Fendi aviators or my Louis Vuitton shields. So it's not much difference, but I kind of like this is the shields. It's cool. Like it's a little something, but I actually like the aviators better. Now I feel like you remember when Miranda Priestley was telling Andy, and he was like, it looked like the same belt. I was like, it's in the details. It's a little different. It's not exactly the same, but I think I like the aviators better. And then y'all know I love to do, so I can either do these kind of gold sandals, or my classic Chucks. I love my Chucks. So that's my favorite thing to do. So if it's cold, y'all know I love to mix prints. If it's cold, well, okay, let me show y'all. If it's not cold, it's not gonna be no jacket. But I'm gonna rock my red bag. I got a new red bag from Temu. So it doesn't have a brand name, but it's cute. So I could do red bag, look cute. Because this pants got a little bit of like red in it. So I feel like it goes with it. But I do love to mix a print. So let me show y'all this little pop. So this is if I want to be, just regular. Hey, do my little thing with the little bag, with the little red bag. But if I want to just really wear it out and mix my prints like I love to do it, this is what I would do. This is my Balmain bag. It's just a big ass Balmain hobo. And I'll rock this. And I can put it over my head to where it is like this. And I really love it. This is so cute to me. Because I like to mix prints. Boom. You see it? I love this bag. I got this from my homegirl Aria. She gave this to me for my birthday. And so if it's cold and I need a jacket because I love to mix prints, watch this. Now I know this seems like it don't match, but it really do. So this old kind of like it by itself, it looks kind of granny. You feel what I'm saying? But when you put it with this, it got this maroon lining. And it makes it real fly, my nigga. This gives me a whole little vibe. You feel what I'm saying? It's cute. Whole you feel what I'm saying? Y'all feeling it? Y'all see what I mean? It's a whole a different kind of little vibe, but I like prints. I like mixing prints, so that's what I give. Boom, 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 boom. All right, so that's what I would do. But I also have this too. If I wanted to do my Chucks, this is my Louis Vuitton clutch. I could do this as well. Instead of the red bag. A little peanut butter. Boom. It could do something. I still like the red bag. Still like the red. And then I'll do my little printed little gold jewelry. My little simple earrings. Cowrie shells. I like to be Afrocentric, but not kind of like super auntie, because Afrocentric can kind of read black woke auntie. And I'm okay with being that, but I want it to look a little bit modern, and I want it to be my own style. I kind of, I like it to be. I don't know. I can't even explain it. I want it to be. I want it to be auntie, but fly ass auntie, my nigga. Let me see whoever has said hi to. Hey Tomkin. Hey Gigi. Hey. My AI for the people folks. Hey, how are you? How you been? I was supposed to come to New York um for my birthday, but I couldn't afford it. The shield is a soft steampunk look. Where's my I have some if you follow me on threads, I don't know if y'all have threads. I don't know if y'all have threads. I have these fire ass steampunk glasses. I don't know where I put them. If you follow me on threads, I put them on my threads. Or if you go to my Instagram, I have a little section. You know how you can put your stories in sections on Instagram? I have a fashion section. So I think I put it there. And I have these what I consider steampunk. I got two pairs that I specifically got because I felt like they steampunk. These gentle monster kind of they hard to describe, but even them like in the light, they kind of change. I don't know. I can't describe them. They are fucking dope. Some dope ass glasses. And then I got some gold kind of steampunky glasses. I love it. Um it's a kind of an Ankara print, but it is I don't know. I there's this I can't remember their name. It's not Obama. It just the word looks like Obami, Oami, something. I can't remember them. But because I have bought so much from them in the past, I can actually hit them up and tell them to make me whatever I want with whatever fabric I want. And so these pants are custom for me. Long as I can show it to them, they'll be like, "Oh, okay, cool." And I pick the print and they will do it for me because I've spent enough money for them to where I can just kind of do what I want. And so they made these pants specifically in this print because I found the print and they ordered it and made it for me. Um, hey Trishan, is it Rayannis perspective? Is that how you say it? That looks like a the queen that didn't become the queen that never was on House of Dragon. That's what Rayannis is that Rhaenys? Is that her name? Yeah, Rhaenys. That was her name. It's Ryan. Okay. Simple. Ryan. Ryan's perspective. Any update on chasing threads? All of the Dune looks have been giving, haven't they? Oh my god, that motherfucking La Roach is using his muse to the peak of her capacity because that motherfucker Zendaya is a perfect specimen of model fashion. Da 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 da. She got the typical, slim modelistic body. You can get people want to be on her. Zendaya is everything, and then his eye for fashion is just so dope. So, chasing threads. It's always about Chance. Chance, I think his laptop broke, so he can't really record now. And sometimes Chance is not always in the best of spirits. So so I have to wait for him to feel it. When he feel it, then I'm always down. um I have some cute African print pants in orange and black that are similar in style to yours. Yes, I think that's sickening. Um, the only one, baby. She's everything. Zendaya gives me gelfling tease. Yeah, yeah, I love her. One of my favorite Zendaya looks are so I love when she was Joan of Arc at the Met Gala. I love when she had this big yellow dress with red, like this red hair one time at the Met Gala. I really love those two. I really love whatever this robot shit she did. I think it was London premiere of Dune 2. That was fucking slaying. That motherfucker was slaying. I love that one. Um, but memorable moments of Zendaya was that Joan of Arc. It was something about that Joan of Arc that always peaks in my mind when I think about her and fashion. Are you planning to watch Regime on Max when it comes out? I don't know. I just kind of run into stuff and watch things that I've been watching. This past week, I watched a delicious documentary called Black Girls on it's XUMO. I think that's the platform. It was free. Um, but it was on my Xfinity at one of my Xfinity apps, and I watched it. And it's called Black Girls, and it was amazing. One of my followers on Marsha's Plate is actually featured in it. She wrote the book called something. Is it Take Back Ugly? Something like that. Her name on Instagram is called Black Woman Blooming or Black Lady Blooming, Black Woman Blooming, something like that. I have to find the link. Um, but she has a amazing book that is dope, and they were featuring it on the documentary. But it was multiple Black women and girls being featured, and it was very inclusive, and it just was dope. Um, I also watched and been super fast. The Netflix version of Avatar, the last Airbender. That was really good. Really enjoyed it. I am somebody that does not need it to be exactly following the cartoon. I think that doesn't give whoever the directors and writers and whoever is brought on for the project, it doesn't give them room to play if you're trying to find exactly what is happening in the story of the old version. I don't like that. Now, I don't want you to deviate too far from it, but I don't need it to be exactly the same. Like some people, I think that's stupid. I don't know. I don't. That's not the right word. I think that's unnecessary to me. um, if I was being politically incorrect, I would say it's stupid. Why would you want it to be exactly the same? What are they bringing to the table to make it interesting? That's what I want. So that last one, the M. Night Shyamalan one, I hated that one. That was like, what? But this one, they really are doing a really good job. I love the graphics. I love the what is it called? What's the word for that? All not the magical stuff, but the CGI is that what it's called? I don't know. I can't remember. Whatever the stuff, the water moving and the fire and da da da. Da. That I love that stuff too. I love that. Um, he was a part of this one too. Oh well, then he's redeeming himself because if he was a part of the old one, that was a fail. I didn't like that one. Um, this one is dope. What else have I been watching that I've been there's something on Hulu called is it Warrior? I just started watching, so I don't know exactly what it is. Um, I think it's called Warrior. Is it called Warrior? It's kind of giving like an Asian Game of Thrones a little bit. So I'm excited about that. Um, have y'all watched One Day? It's something called One Day on. I haven't watched it. Is it Shogun? Shogun? It might be Shogun. It's on Hulu and it's really good. Whatever it was, they was boiling people. There was a scene where they was boiling this man. So whatever that one. No, this is on Hulu, so it must be Shogun. I don't think I watched Warrior on Netflix. I'm just seeing that in my mind. So I said Warrior. I think it's Shogun. Um I know they burned it. They boiled this dude alive in like a fucking cauldron, and it was like, oh, what's going on here? Um, but yes, okay. So let's get started with the conversation. Make sure y'all thumbs up if y'all watching. So I am gonna start with the Meek Mills situation. So apparently there are some lawsuits coming out. The snowball is rolling when it comes to P. Diddy. So we know that months ago, Cassie sued P. Diddy and multiple companies that he is associated with um, for I think 30 million. I think that's what it was they were asking for. I don't know what they settled, but Diddy settled. So let's get this out of the way. Cassie got her coins, and in the details, it was just a bunch of horrible stuff and stuff that was happening with her. And so the snowball happens. Like she had her, Cassie had her ducks in the row. She had her facts. She had people corroborating her story. She had her things in a row. So it's like, what you gonna do? So, it was established. That's what it is. So now that this type of predatory behavior is established, other people are going to be inspired to come forward if they have their ducks in a row. Okay. And so what this lends itself to is some people is going to be like, oh, everybody is trying to break down a black man, and same thing that they was doing with R. Kelly, same thing that they were doing with Bill Cosby, same thing that they were doing with Michael Jackson. uh, everybody has their opinion, and I think a lot of people can be biased because of their celebrity and because of their being fan of their art, and they can't they can't understand that a person can be an amazing artist and a horribly toxic, disgusting person behind the scenes. That's just the honest to God truth. I'm not trying to convince you to think any way about any of those people. But as somebody who I I lean towards the victim. That's just me, because I know celebrities who are trash. I know men who are trash. And where there is smoke, there is usually fire. In my personal experience in life, you know, like, can you believe that one of the people was trying to get over on and get money from Bill Cosby? Sure. But you want me to believe that out of 60 plus women, all of them were lying? No. All the girls that R. Kelly harmed, you want me to believe that all of them are lying? Because it only needs to be one. Do you see what I'm saying? For you to be a predator, it only needs to be one. So if 59 people are lying and one is telling the truth, you are a predator and deserve whatever you're getting. Do you see what I'm saying? So I don't really care the percentage of who is lying and who is not, but you're not about to tell me that all of them who had the same MO of being drugged and they're lying. And then all the other harms that R. Kelly did. And then I'm just somebody that tends towards the victim. So P. Diddy is going through his rounds of being sued. And so recently, um, same thing, and this is the one that people really have a hard time with, but same thing with Michael Jackson. There are moments that we see Mike being Mike, and there are, and I'm sorry, you can be a fan. I don't care. I'm just telling my own personal opinion. I think Mike was a molester. I'm sorry. I think it was. It is certain things that scream it to me. It is certain things about him that scream it to me. It is when we see candid moments with Mike, the Mike that we see in public and the Mike that we sometimes accidentally see are two different people. And certain things about him just creeps me out. Separate from his amazing talent. There is certain things about him that I felt like were inappropriate, and grown ass men don't do this, especially with kids. And it feels weird, it feels strange, it feels um some of the details just don't add up. It don't sound like it's innocent at all. And I'm not somebody who, who loves, well, he didn't have a childhood. There's the same things that can lead you to doing this weird ass shit from not having a childhood are the same thing that can lead you to being a molester. So, and take advantage of children. Anyway, then now we have R. Kelly. So there is, because that's what we're talking about. We talk about Meek Mills. I mean, then we have P. Diddy. Um, so P. Diddy has somebody now releasing a new lawsuit against him. Okay. And they went into some details, and some of the details that they shared was they didn't say Meek Mill's name, but they said a rapper from Philadelphia that used to date Nicki Minaj. That's Meek Mills. So they were talking about an experience, a homosexual experience that was happening, that they were a part of, that was happening between Diddy, Meek Mills, and them, and da 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 da. So all of this kind of stuff started to blow up on the internet, okay, about Meek Mills. And so I want to And so Meek Mill's last night for almost 4 hours. I'm here. Let me catch up though. Love that your tone still with the weight loss. So you don't have to do no skin removal, but you were solid chubby. We don't know. I'm still 6 months out. So we don't know if I'm gonna have loose skin. I doubt it, but I probably have some in my stomach because that's where my most of my stretching was at. But when we'll get to that bridge, we'll cross it. um, Let me go to what I wanted to see. So Meek Mills went on this long rant because people was I thought I had it in my ooh, recent. Okay. Yes. So because everybody was online making jokes about Meek Mills, about being gay, they're doing all of this, that's what they do. And so the first what first I want to see the cess if it was consensual, of course. Who was zooming who though? Well, apparently Meek Mills was the bottom. So, but it's two things that I kind of want to point out before I get to what Meek Mills was talking about. Everybody is obsessed with the sexuality of these men and not the harms that people are talking about. Like nobody is shocked about the harms. Nobody is talking about the harms and the sexual assault allegations and the harms that they inflicted on people. They are more engaged with the homosexuality of these men. Like they're more shocked and appalled by that. And we saw this in the R. Kelly case too, when there was a boy that was a part of the lawsuit who came out and had proof. There was a boy. Then it was like, oh Lord, now we got to turn our back on him. But prior to that, when he was, pissing and harming and sex trafficking women, it was, oh, they're trying to bring down a black man. But now that it's Diddy and we see that it's some homosexual nature, and there's some, there's always been kind of these rumors about Diddy. And now we're adding Meek Mills to it. And instead of them talking about the harms, everybody is making jokes about the homosexuality. Like if you go on Twitter and search Meek Mills, you'll see all of these kind of memes and these reactions about how he was bent over and twerking at the Diddy party, and some old video has of Diddy calling him daddy, and it's just this kind of obsession with the homosexuality of the situation, but not the harm. Don't y'all find that to be weird? Like y'all are not shocked and appalled by the actual harm, but just the fact that, oh, these niggas is gay. Oh, these niggas is fucking each other. I find that I just find that to be super, super weird. I find that to be I don't know. It's just fucking weird. And it's something I think that we need to examine. All right. This reminds me of back in the day when a man could beat his wife, but only get arrested if he is found sucking and fucking in the park or a bathroom. Amen to that. So I want to kind of zoom in on what Meek Mills's response to this stuff was. Okay. So he for like 4 hours, he was kind of going in it about it. No, he just detailed Meek being there when stuff was going on. So, and I didn't read the all of the things. I just seen the screenshots of the lawyer stuff. So I didn't go into reading because I didn't really care that much. Um, y'all can go do that for yourself. But Meek name, not his name, but they described him as a Philadelphia rapper who used to date Nicki Minaj. That's only Meek Mills. You see what I'm saying? So that's what everybody is starting to respond to. So Meek says, y'all really want me to go full heathenism, huh? Y'all see these rappers with gay styles. They want that look. Leave that to them. I come from the gangster shit, surviving the jungle. Now, this is all in response to the homosexual allegations. So already we are talking about going into heathenism. Now, this is just an assumption. So what does that mean? Being a heathen, what does that mean? Does it mean you go into violence? So your response to homosexual allegations is violence. Okay? I don't know. I'm just that is that what that means? I'm not for sure. And then he says these rappers with the gay style, they like that look. Leave that to them. I come from the gangster shit, surviving in the jungle. So now that he has to defend himself from homosexuality, okay, he has to bring up the idea that somebody's way of dressing, the rappers with the gay styles, demonizing whatever gay style is. It's all of style. I don't know if you know, but the dominant creative directors in for the past century in fashion have been gay. And so it's really nothing that you have touched or put on your body that didn't come from the design of a gay man. I'm just letting you know yes, there are some women in the industry, but even within their camps, there are some gay men, there's some queer people a part of that. A part of design teams, a part of ateliers, a part of the great fashion houses that gave folks all in that. So there is very rare that you are going to be in any fashion, especially in the world, and not be touched or influenced by a gay person. So there is no such thing as straight fashion. I'm just keeping it real. Even men's fashion is touched by gay men. There's some type of influence that is that they have put their finger on. So if you got anything on, trust and believe it's gay fashion. All fashion gay. And I'm speaking in hyperbole, but y'all know what I'm talking about. They all have been touched. So anyway, then you say, leave that to them. I come from the gangster shit, surviving in the jungle. Did you? What annoys me a lot about rappers is very few of y'all, especially in this era, especially these new people, very few of y'all really live a gangster life. And I'm not talking about you might have sold some drugs. You might have moved some drugs, but we ain't y'all talking like y'all Nicky Barnes, or y'all talking like y'all took niggas out. Y'all talking like y'all wasn't in the studio recording music. Y'all wasn't selling the little drugs and then taking y'all money and being in the studio recording music before your album could come out. Like you are a musician, sir. You is not a gangster. And selling the little drugs. I know so, especially new age motherfuckers. I know so many people that sell drugs that they are not about the killing folks and getting killed life. They're not in that part of the drug selling. Y'all ain't that hard. Y'all really like, and we've seen documentaries and episodes about your life. We've seen how you bitched up when you got locked up and was trying to get free just like any other motherfucker. Y'all be regular ass niggas. Y'all don't really be gangster. Y'all really don't. Especially in this era of time. Like I feel a little different about motherfuckers as from back in the day, like in you know, back in, the 80s and shit like that. But even them, sometimes I'm like, y'all really wasn't gangster. Y'all was fucking musicians, my nigga. Like when we think about who are the gangster rappers that we consider to be gangster rappers, we know like Tupac, nigga, you wasn't no drug. You came up in the Black Panther Party with your mama, and then you wasn't. Then you start claiming West Coast, and you wasn't even from the West Coast. Like you was an artsy dude. Like you wasn't no gangster rapper, but people consider him that. Like it just feels like a performance. And then when we see video of Pac back in the day when he was younger, he was giving kind of queer boy. If we want to keep it gutter, like he read as a queer boy. When you see him before he turns into a rapper, when you see him talking and being interviewed when he was younger, he gave queer boy hands down. So I come from gangster shit, surviving in the jungle. Cool. All right. And being poor don't mean that you gangster. I know a bunch of poor motherfuckers. And another element, let me flip it this way too. Because we queer, a lot of times we be in the hood surviving the same shit that these straight niggas is surviving. I know a bunch of hood niggas that are gay that sell drugs. So why your shit gangster and then the gay nigga in the hood selling drugs ain't gangster? Explain that to me. Because you making it seem like gay people ain't living this same grimy hood ass life. And because you straight, you can claim the gangster mantle. I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping because all the hood, I grew up with hood gay people. I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping. So all these things that you're saying, you could still be gay. And we're not about to act like that folks be Easy E was, in my opinion, the only real gangster rapper. And then him dying of AIDS make me feel like maybe he was the mass for mass trade. Even the fact that it's real strange. It's real strange to me. It's real strange to me. It feels and then that's another element of the community that gets erased is down low niggas. We know based on our lived experience that there are hood niggas out in these streets that mess around with everybody. Fish trade, the queens, butch queens and femme queens, they be out here in these streets. They may not be at the gay club, they may not be at the ball, they may not be all that stuff, but they are sexually in community with us. They messing with everybody. We know the trade boys, we have them. So I don't know. Nobody else around you. Y'all out here running trains on chicks and nobody else around you contract HIV? None of y'all homeboys? And you say y'all saying y'all messed around with chicks together and you the only one? Where else what other waters were you playing in? If you only one got, what other waters was you dipping your toe in? That's a high risk at the time in the 80s. We ain't talking about now, even though it could be high risk now. But we talk about in the 80s, prime time. What waters was you tipping your toe in? So I don't know. That part is just speculation. So I don't know. We know how the trade is. We ain't gonna act like the hood trade is not out here plunging the girls down and the butch queens down. We all know the fantasy that plays out. The weed man, the coke man, the girls who got we if we escorts anybody who a hustling escort, we had the clients who wanted to get high, and we got the hood boy that sell dope that we get the clients high because we know if the clients is high, we gonna get all his money. We can keep going to his bank account and draining him down, long as we got a little hook up with the hood nigga who can bring the dope. I know that's how I used to do. I don't do no drugs, but if I got this party client who want to stay high, as long as I keep him high, he gonna keep giving me money for the hour. I done did that multiple times. Thumbs up. You feel what I'm saying? We the and the hood dude come over my house trying to have me, cause now we behind closed doors. That's we know that. I've lived that. All right. And so then Meek Mill says, when I got a girl around me, I'm fucking her twice a day. Ask some of your favorites. Pussy don't control me, but it's like a high. One love, one love to the gay people, but that juicy wet pussy do it for me. I done ran red lights to get the feeling. Y'all weird on here, like the devils. So now you want to objectify pussy because people are calling you gay. Now you want to tell us how you fuck chicks twice a day. Ask some of your favorites. Pussy don't control me, but it's like a high. Now pussy is addictive. Okay. We know pussy is good, but we also know dudes who like pussy and ass and head and the taboo nature of doing something you're not supposed to do. Pussy is regular. Pussy is amazing. I'm not invalidating pussy. We know pussy is amazing. Niggas love pussy. But we not gonna act like other things in the world aren't good or better. And like there is that the taboo nature of doing something you're not supposed to do isn't just as addicting. There's a difference between messing around with somebody on the low and messing around with them out in the open. There's a difference. The taboo give it a feeling of sneaky. Eliminate anything toxic to the black culture. Another thing. They love to bring up eliminating. I don't know what that exact. I don't know the context of that, but I know the context of a homosexual conversation. Everybody act like homosexuality is toxic to the black community. And then you come with eliminate anything toxic to the black culture. Okay. And last but not least, he says every black blog site enhanced that post to make me seem gay. I changed laws for our people. I donated millions. They are designed to destroy the image of black leaders. I can't work. It can't work with me though. You got to really kill me. I don't know what else it says. You got to really kill me and I'll still get bigger after death. Something. Something. Anyway, this is his rant. His I don't want to say homophobic rant, but it's his rant to kind of save face in the midst of these silly homosexual jokes that he's coming up against. But this is kind of the nature. This is what men feel the need to do when their sexuality is in question. Now, whether he mess around or not, I don't really care. Don't really care about that. But it's interesting at the response of the public and the response of him. Like this is just only thing this leads to is homosexual hate. Even from the public. Y'all are making homophobic jokes about this person who is allegedly gay. And then here he is defending himself from the allegations using homophobic tropes. So it doesn't do anything but solidify homophobia in the whole culture. It doesn't do anything for him. It does because they're still going to laugh and make jokes about you. It doesn't do anything for the public because it doesn't do anything but make people hate gay people or use gay people as the punching bag. So only thing is happening is gay people seeing these harmful jokes, these disrespectful jokes. And we'll talk about this later on because I wanted to talk about hypocrisy. And gay people joining into the homophobic jokes. And it just adds to the culture of toxic homophobia, toxic transphobia, and just people being against queer people or using queer people as the butt of a joke. So, all right, let's go to. I wanted to read this because I think this is relevant, and then I'll go to the T.S. Madison and Jess hilarious thing. Make sure you thumbs up. I want to say this. To say that straight men are heterosexual is only to say that they are engaged in sex, fucking exclusively with the opposite sex, i.e., women or females. All or almost all which pertains to love, most men reserve exclusively to other men. The people whom they admire, respect, adore, reverence, revere, honor, whom they imitate, idolize, and form profound attachments to, whom they are willing to teach and who they are willing to learn from, whose respect and admiration, recognition, honor, reverence, and love they desire, these are almost overwhelmingly other men. In their relations to women, what passes for respect is kindness, generosity, and paternalism. What passes for honor is removal from the pedestal. From women, they want devotion, service, and sex. Heterosexual male culture is homoerotic. It is male loving. This is from Marilyn Fry, the Politics of Reality, Essays on Feminist Theory. And I wanted to read that because if you think about what she's talking about, yes, men, straight men, heterosexual men, they will have sex with vagina. This goes back to, I say this all the time. Men, straight dudes be liking vagina, but they don't be liking women. Not I'm not and I'm nothing is absolute, so I don't want to say all straight men. Most. Just in general, they like vagina, but they don't like women. People that they respect and wanna love and wanna learn from and honor, and that is usually other men. Bros before hoes. Hey, Shonette. Bros before hoes. Hey, Brianna. I didn't say hi to you. Um, Bromances are important to them. They usually are trying to impress men. They want the reason why they pretend to care. I said pretend because they don't really care about this. The reason why they pretend to care about body count is because if your body count is low, they can brag to their homeboys that nobody has touched my woman. It's really not about you. It's about having exclusive access to you and the prestige that it brings, saying that my woman only has slept with me. It's the image that you bring to them. And this is why certain men can dog women out and don't feel nothing about it, because they don't value women as people, but as something to deal with to get some nookie. Mhm. Yes. And so I just wanted to bring that up because I think this screams that, like, they care about um the images of their image to other men. And there are women who perpetuate these stereotypes as well. All types of women across identities. And you see this in their conversation. I think Nicki Minaj is one of them. She has said some things on her live talking about DL men, and yeah. So all right, so let's go to the T.S. Madison versus Jess Hilarious situation. So there is this 50-part series on TikTok by Reese Tisha or Risa Tisha something, whatever her name is. She does this series about talk about who the fuck did I marry. And she basically, it's this long story about this dude, how he kind of is a pathological liar. Risa Tisa, thank you. He's a pathological liar, and he just lied about their whole relationship. And it just was this long story. I don't want to go into details of the story. So think about somebody being with a dude for some years and him just and everything that he did. I'm talking about lying about talking to people on his phone, talking to his family on the phone, lying about how much money how much money he made, what job he has, um, all kinds of stuff. Moved in with her during COVID. Just lie, 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 lie. Now there were some elements of it I'm like, girl, it could have been worse, because some situations I'm like, this nigga was paying bills. Like I done been lied to and the nigga wasn't paying no bills. Like she could literally take her money and put it in the bank. I'm like, honey, where these kind of lies at? I'd have been with lies that don't bring shit to the table. But anyway, he has some mental health issues, apparently, and a twin and all this kind of stuff. So anyway, it was a cultural moment a couple of weeks ago, like 2 weeks ago, I think. And so everybody was talking about it, and it was a viral moment. And so Charlemagne on the Breakfast Club, Charlemagne in when they started talking about it on the show, Charlemagne made a comment saying that the woman was acting like a big back or something. I'm paraphrasing, but basically because she's a big back, and anybody who knows big backs, that's the other word for big girl. This is big back, desperate behavior. Like because she was fooled by this man, because she was desperate, it put herself, because she's a big back, it put herself in a position where she's making desperate decisions. This is big back behavior. So, because of this kind of fact phobic reasoning that Charlemagne brought to the table, T.S. Madison says, as a fellow big back, she asked her audience, should she go in on Charlemagne? Now, the way it was worded was like, should I let him have it? Should I go in on him? Should I cave? Should I crack his face? Like some type of on face value, it could seem like violence, but it just seems like she was saying, I took it as that. And that's how she said she meant it, and how other people took it. Should I go in on him for talking shit about the big girls? Because this ain't got nothing to do with big girls. And so, Jess Hilarious, a chronic transphobe, she is, she don't like trans women. She don't consider trans women women. She don't fuck with us. Okay, we know some women like that. J.K. Rowling, Candace Kane, not Candace Kane, child. Candace Owens. There are just some women that don't fuck with us. Um, um, Claudia Jordan, they're used to saying transphobic things. Like we're used to shit like that from them. But Jess Hilarious being a comedian, she's kind of usually a little bit more toxic and not as hidden or whatever. So Jess Hilarious brings in the conversation when they revisit it. She makes it seem like T.S. Madison was threatening Charlemagne, even though Charlemagne says that's not how I took it. Cave his face in, but in context, we all know how she meant it. Yes, thank you. So Charlemagne said, that's not how I took it. But Jess Hilarious is saying, oh, if we would have said this about one of them, we would have been canceled. So let me address that. Who do you know, celebrity, got canceled for being transphobic that we wanted canceled? Dave Chappelle got multiple comedy specials after. Who do you know that's a celebrity that got canceled for transphobia? Who lost money, a job, a show for their transphobia? No, I don't remember any other. Please let me know who. Big celebrity. I done heard a couple. I done heard Lil Boosie say transphobic stuff. I actually see people getting platformed. Little Boosie running his mouth gets him traffic when he's transphobic. Jess Hilarious, when she's transphobic, that's when I hear about her. We got a whole trans person, and I use trans loosely, Flame, building a career off of transphobia, literally coming on the Breakfast Club because she's so transphobic. Little Duval went on the Breakfast Club and said he would kill Janet Mock if she had tricked him. His career's still going. Literally on this same show saying that he would kill her in the midst of the rise of trans women deaths. Career still going. And I just said Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle had multiple specials. And in the past couple of years, the core of his jokes was transphobia. He has built the new era of his career off of transphobia, the controversy of transphobia. So explain to me, how can you come to the conclusion that somebody being transphobic, especially you, Jess Hilarious, who has gotten some of the peak moments in culture off of your transphobia? Like literally the 2 times that we have seen her in the past year that has been peak her was like her being in the public was this time, her talking shit about T.S. Madison right now. And there was another trans girl who had said something that they misinterpreted. Boom. And the irony is that you yourself have been a victim of transphobia. People have literally said that you look like a man. People thought you were a man. You literally admitted that somebody slid in your DMs thinking that you was a trans woman. So you don't even fit woman standards. People still they clocking you, girl. That's crazy. So somebody defended T.S. Madison, and T.S. Madison went in on her, and she brought up, which gets, this is where it gets hypocritical, y'all. So in T.S. Madison's response to Jess Hilarious, and first of all, what did she bring to the Breakfast Club? It's not like Whatchacallit brought a lot, Angela Yee, but if Jess Hilarious brings something to the Breakfast Club, it is what Charlemagne pre-therapy used to bring to the Breakfast Club. Their phobia give them more hype, especially in the Black community, definitely. But anyway, I don't think she brings anything. But then you could say, what does the Breakfast Club bring to the table either? I don't know. I think that they're an important platform, but I know they're losing their luster. All right, so somebody brought in defense of T.S. Madison. Somebody says the irony is T.S. Madison was sticking up for Black fat biological women, a Black fat biological woman, after Charlemagne was talking shit, and Jess protect Black women. Because if you remember, the last time that she was in the public eye, as far as like a peak in cultural moment, she was like, who protects us? Because she heard that trans woman's video taken out of context when she says you don't own periods. She was saying you don't own periods because there are trans men who have periods too. But how they snipped the video was just her saying that part. They didn't give the context of, this is something Rose, I can't remember her name. But they didn't give the context. But you don't own periods, because you're not the only ones that have periods. There's trans men that have them. There's non-binary people that have them. And so Jess gets on there, who protects us? Who protects us? You're not a woman. We have the parts that you want to have. Stereotypical shit. And let me tell you something. I done said this before. I'm going to say it again while we in this conversation. Sweetie, there's many of us who don't want to have periods. You don't even want to have your period, bitch. You don't even want a period. It is literally biblical. It is a biblical curse. If you're a Christian, it literally is a biblical curse for your sins as a woman. That's what they say it is. You think we want that? It literally is painful. It's cramps. It's bleeding out of your body. Nothing to be ashamed of, but I don't want it. And I don't know, I never, in my history as a trans woman, I have never, ever, ever, ever heard a trans woman out of their mouth say, I would love, my dysphoria triggers up when I think about not having a period. I really wish that I could have a period. Do they want a vagina? Sure. But the vaginas they get don't come with periods, and they're happy about it. Have they said, I want my breast done? They just haven't, have not heard them envying you about, do they envy you? Sure. There's some that I know that do. But it's not about your period, baby. I promise you it's not about that. And she always insinuates mental illness and psychological confusion when she speaks about the transgender women too. Yes. And I've never seen a cis woman excited about their period approaching. Listen, unless they didn't want to be pregnant, then they're like, yes, I'm glad the period is coming. Oh my God, I could have been pregnant by this fuckboy or by this rapist. But it's just not something that is commonly talked about. I just never have heard, oh my God, I can't wait. I want a period. Now, it might be some crazy delusional or interesting minded people out there. It could be. I just have never met them. So she says, T.S. Madison, because if you remember, there's like this consensus around the TERFs that T.S. Madison don't like Black women. And this cis woman is reminding them that this literally was T.S. Madison once again, just like Monique said, once again sticking up for a Black fat biological woman after Charlemagne is talking shit. And here go Jess, protect Black women, was joining in on the jokes about Risa Tisa. That's the gag. And now y'all stand in solidarity with Jess and her transphobia. The hypocrisy. Like she literally is talking negative about a fat Black woman. So T.S. Madison responds on her breakfast show, her morning show. And in that morning show, T.S. Madison does what T.S. Madison does. And I have seen T.S. Madison do this a lot. And this is where T.S. Madison's, in my opinions, hypocrisy comes in as well. And I've seen it a couple of times this week, and I'm about to mention it. We cannot perpetuate, when we're responding and reading the eyes off a bitch, I think that's what she always says. When we're responding, we cannot perpetuate the same homophobic shit that they do to us. Like you talking about her boyfriend being into guys or being down low or being messing with the girls on the low, that is using that kind of exposure. Oh, I'm exposing you being on down low. It's not really a read because it ain't got nothing to do with her. And it actually does the same thing that I was just talking about with Meek Mills. It's using this as a weapon. Now listen, I'm not on a high horse. I'm just calling it out. Cause I done exposed my man. Now I'm not exposing nobody else. But if it's my last resort to harm you, I done did that. So I ain't done it in recent years, but I done did that. So this is not me on the high horse, not saying that I ain't never been in a situation where I weaponize somebody's sexual identity for the for in the in the hopes to get a revenge. So this is not me on some high horse saying that I ain't never done this before. I'm just a grown ass woman now. And I'm calling it out so we can clock it when we see it. Okay? This is not saying that I've never done it. Or even saying that I never will, because I don't know what the future's gonna hold for me. But I try to refrain now. But honey, sometimes I break the rules to get back. I'm a vengeful bitch. So, but T.S. Madison exposing her the history of Jess's um the history is of Jess's man to kind of poke fun at her. You don't like the gays or trans women because your man was down low. Weaponizing that is also transphobic and homophobic. And you can read her like this is literally somebody, and this is literally somebody who you can read her all day. I lived when we done it to my ex. Do you see what I'm saying? So that part of it is hypocritical. When that's your response, it's hypocritical and it's weird and it's strange and it's homophobic and transphobic because it is perpetuating the hate that comes along with what everybody else is doing. You're using these tropes, making it seem like homosexuality is a bad thing and a laughable thing and an insult. It's hypocritical. Let's talk about some other hypocritical stuff. What do you think about LGBT people using the F word to reclaim it? I think that is their prerogative. In the same way, there are going to be some black people that use nigga. There are going to be some black people that's against using nigga. That is their prerogative to do. Queer. Some people think older people think that queer is offensive. Younger people do not. Well, some of them, I don't know, but that's usually a generational divide. Like nigga, same thing. F word. There are some lesbians that feel only lesbians can use the word dyke because dyke has been a derogatory term. So only they can use that word. Fag. Yeah. I think the marginalized group is the one that gets to decide that. So this brings me to the Miss Netta and Charles. I talked about them before, but I want to talk about them in the context to this hypocrisy and this weird thing. So we all know who Miss Netta and Charles is. Miss Maddie misgendering Jess, albeit kind of funny, it also is kind of weird too. It's hypocritical. But also Miss Netta and Charles. I have seen some of the most, and I'm not talking about outside of our community. I'm talking about in our community. I'm talking about in our community. In our community. I have seen some of the most nastiest. If you are watching, make sure you thumbs up. It's 50 people in here. Why y'all not thumbsing up? I have seen some of the most nasty comments about Miss Charles and Miss Netta that is so transphobic. It is so incolorist. Like how y'all talk about this woman when it comes to her looks is wild to me. And what it's not that I know this world is a colorist world. I know this world is a transphobic world. So it's not wild in the sense of surprising, but who it is from, like who it is from, it's always crazy. People talking about the color of her skin. They talking about her skin. They're calling her men. Miss Netta and Miss and Charles, her man. I'm sorry. So her Miss Netta and Charles, her man. I have seen people talking about Miss Netta, talking about taking Charles from Miss Netta. And I'm going to let y'all listen to this. This is not the only thing, but this is one. Let's see if I can find it.
Your short-term and long-term relationship goals? So my short-term relationship goals would have to be just right now. I'm in my whole phase. Like I just deal with anybody and anytime because I don't. Anybody like. Not don't say anybody. Not a lot of people gonna be watching those. Not just anybody coming to your inbox. No, not just anybody. Just like you want your cornbread, right? No, not just anybody. The only person I'm interested in right now is Charles. That's the only person I'm interested in. But that's it. That's just my short term goal. But in long term, I would. Charles, who? Hi. Who is Charles? Miss Netta Charles.
There's two gay men.
Oh my God. What about Charles that got y'all going crazy like this? What do you see in Charles? Everybody like I want to just take her man just because. Yeah, I was just to tell you probably don't even want him like that. I really don't. I'm just playing. It's just it's all a little game and key. But if the want to fight about it, we can. No, don't fight. I just play. No, that's to my elder that was like 60. It just keep getting worse. So like I don't know if it's gonna be a compliment or oh my God, this is bad. Well, Miss Netta cook real good in your town.
So that's just one thing, but it illuminates what I want to talk about because I see these undergirds of people. Charles is beauty is in the eye of the beholder, but Charles isn't somebody who I would see and think about people chasing after. But because Charles is with somebody that looks like Netta, and he is proud to be with her. He's every time, Charles, your dinner's ready. He comes and sit down in front of the camera, not hiding, not ashamed, in front of the camera, at the table with the meal she just cooked for him, proud, loving her out loud. And this is somebody who looks like, stereotypically, they don't deserve love because what our culture says is that pretty, small, light-skinned or white women deserve to be loved, but fat, black, dark-skinned, cis women, the cis women deserve to be loved, but fat, black, dark-skinned, trans, queer, anything like that they don't deserve to be loved. So to see somebody loving them out loud, it triggers jealousy, nastiness. It triggers somebody like this. Now, I know this might have been a joke, meant to be funny, but like my grandmother used to say, it is truth in jest, and we got to unpack it. And I have seen too many people in the comments talk about, I wonder how she pulled him. He ain't even sickening. He ain't, and he could be somebody. I've seen this happen, especially if the man has a monicum of cuteness, and he with somebody who is just not. I know my. Do I want to say this? I'm gonna say it. Listen, cousin, if you see this, I apologize. Look, I'm an open book on my channel, so it is what it is. I'm sorry to use you as an example, but I apologize in advance. Look, I have a cousin who is traditionally handsome. Like, he is a handsome man. His wife is burned. Like, she got in an accident and she is like really, really burned. One of them people that is disfiguredly burned, like all over. And he married her after her burning. He loved her, still with her, been with her for years. My cousin talks about all the time how women come to him and use her look as like, why are you with her? Like, you shouldn't be with her because she's all burnt up. Like, they will be that nasty and direct, not even considering their love before she was burned, not even considering her personality, not even considering who she is as a person, not considering that they have children together, not considering all that comes with her outside of her beauty, outside of her being burned. They come to him all the time. They message him on the internet. They message him on the he got pictures of him and his wife. And they are so nasty. And I see it in Netta and Charles, because Netta does not fit traditional beauty standards. Do you see what I'm saying? She does not fit traditional beauty standards, and people would be like, just the fact that they are lonely and manless. How dare you be Black, unpassable, dark-skinned, trans person, trans woman, and have a man love you openly on camera, no matter if he's average or not. Just the fact that you have it can make a bitch jealous. And I see that all the time. So the nastiness of that. But I also see tons of colorists, tons of transphobic stuff all the time. And one thing, now y'all, I've had Madison on my show. I love Madison. Look out for Madison. But this is one of the moments where it was hypocritical. Recently, Madison has a show called Fag Talk. And she has one of her gay homeboys, featurism, yes, colorist and featurism. She has one of her gay homeboys on the show, and he's behind. And they are talking about Netta. And they are calling her, they said that she looked like she got a lawn service, all these things. And Madison is not saying it directly out of her mouth. It is the gay boy saying it. But you're allowing this gay boy to misgender her. You are allowing this gay boy to make transphobic jokes about this woman's passability. That is hypocritical. And this is it. If somebody else was doing it, like a Jess Hilarious, this would not be acceptable. Why are we going to sit here and let this gay boy make these jokes about her? That's hypocritical. That's not cool. And I see this nastiness come out of when we're talking about Miss Netta. I see it in the comments. I see it in how people respond to her. There's always this negative thing about her looks, what color she is, how unpassable she is, how unpretty she is. And it's not like she was doing something. All she was doing was cooking for her man. Netta passes for me. I've seen cis women who look like her and who gets beat. I kind of see Patty. I have too, actually. I have seen cis women that looks like Miss Netta. But if you look in the comments, let's go to the comments. I shared it on my my Facebook page, my Diamond Stylz Facebook page. And I want to go to the comments. Let's go to the comments and see. Let's see what they say. All right. So so they're talking about Charles wearing makeup. They're saying they both are casket sharp. If you go to my page on Facebook, Diamond Stylz, I want y'all to look in the comments of that post about Netta and Charles. Go to the picture and look at what is being said in there. And I see some of our community members adding to it. Them shoes look like a size 15, Miss Netta. I love you though. My mom and I could not clock Miss Netta for a while. I was never 100% sure until she publicly said herself that she was trans. I had definitely seen many cis women that look like Netta. Not to be that girl, but these people talking about complete strangers like this can't possibly be blessed. But I don't, I'll read a bitch that I don't know. I want to make that very, very clear that, honey, this is not me saying that I ain't never done this. I'm just pointed out. Tall people have big feet. They think a 5'10" should have a size 6. That's true. So we have to be conscious in the same way that we talk about these cis women that misgender us and say disrespectful things about us. We cannot do that. We cannot perpetuate those things, especially if we have platforms. We cannot do the same things that they do. Should we read people that's trying it? Absolutely. But we cannot make our people in our community the butt of transphobic jokes. Like, we can't, because we're doing the same thing that Jess Hilarious and anybody else who have misgendered us. You know, Candace Owens. Remember when she misgendered Blair White? And I hate Blair White. But this is what I'm talking about. Like, we have to not be hypocritical in our responses. Like, we gotta keep it. I want to say keep it cute, because no, we don't got to keep it cute, but read them in a way that doesn't perpetuate the problem that we have with these people. Like, read them. But we definitely can't allow our Butch Queen friends to be transphobic on our platforms. Come on, we can't do that. I'm 6'4" and I wear a size 14 and people act shocked. What's your feet supposed to be, a 5? So it just, I don't know. It just, this week has been real. Like, it just felt like there was multiple things happening around that just felt like hypocrisy. We say that we care about stopping the harm when it comes to people who are sexually assaulted, sexually manipulated, um, you know, uh, raped, and all these kind of things, and all people, men, women, all of that. But then when things come out, only thing we're focused on is the homosexuality. We want to worry about if Meek Mills is gay or not, and blah 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 blah. And I'm not saying it's not gonna be funny, because some of them jokes was funny, but it just feels like we worried about the wrong thing. And then the hypocrisy of just hilarious. Like, we know you fucking are transphobic. You were just trying to. You're a transphobe. That's what it is. And a lot of people is acting like, oh, I'm not scared of trans people. Why are you calling me transphobic? Phobia means fear. I'm not scared of y'all. Oh, sweetie, come on. If your language, when you talk about trans people, is who protects us, then that's rooted in fear. If you feel like you need to be protected, who protects us? Who protects the real women? What you need protection for if you are not fearful of something? But not just fear. When you're talking about homophobia and transphobia, it's not just the fear as in, oh my, you're shaking in your boots about homosexuals. That's not what it means. Transmisia, that's a new word. Ding 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 ding. Transmisia, that people are starting to use to replace transphobia, because people were like, oh, it's not about fear. Transmisia means just trans hate. But I feel like that's tomato tomato. Semantics, yes. It isn't just in my foremind to read or be completely nasty to someone who ain't bothering me or done nothing that needs reading. The lady ain't bothering nobody, but she totally has folks bothered. Yes, it's different. You get what I'm saying? There's a level of me, and this is just me telling about myself. There is a level of me that feels like when this is war, when war is happening, atomic bomb, baby. when we are when we're at war, I might say some stuff that's not politically correct. And I think that's how Madison feels as well. I think Madison is like that. She's like, when we're reading, baby, we reading. And I think that's how she does. I think that's who she is. And I'm like that too. Like, ain't no rules in love and war, baby. If I'm trying to get my love, I'm gonna break the rules to get my love. If I'm trying to win this battle, I'm gonna break the rules to win this battle. It may not be chivalrous, it may not be honorable, but I'm gonna win. That's kind of how I feel like when we're in a war. And if we're reading each other and don't like each other, that's what it is. Like, remember when um Miss Venus from Venus Extravaganzas was like, baby, touch all of this skin. You're just a ugly orangutan. Somebody could think that that's racist coming from a non-black. Ain't wasn't she like Puerto Rican or something? A non-black person talking to a black person. Some people calling them monkeys. That could be racist. But we're reading. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's not always politically correct when you're reading somebody. So that might be how Madison thinks. But I want to implore us to not kind of feed into those, because you're not reading Miss Netta. Do you see what I'm saying? It's different when you're talking about somebody you and Jess is battling, but Miss Netta ain't said nothing negative about y'all. She just kind of existing, and y'all calling her lawn owners and misters and just kind of these jokes that are rooted in her not passing and her being masculine and being manly and not being to the standard of womanhood. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, That's not a war. That's just a nasty read of somebody who didn't do anything to y'all. That's weird. That's when it gets kind of weird. But yes, that's what I wanted to talk about. The hypocrisy of all these things, the Jess and T.S. Madison, the nastiness that Miss Charles and Miss Netta brings out of people, that kind of colorist and featurist and those kind of things, way people talk about when it comes to passability and her color, and it's just really, really weird. And then the homophobia of the Meek Mill situation. I wanted to talk about those. And yeah. Miss Netta is pretty feminine to me. Especially in how she moves in the world. She's giving me pick me energy all day. She doing the cis women when they cook for their men. You see all kinds of people in the comments talking hella shit about, oh, here comes she's slaving, the pick me cooking for her man, baby. Miss Netta doing it too, baby. Feminine, baby. Feminine, cooking for her man in the kitchen like a woman should be. All the stereotypes. I really appreciate that part. It's been on my heart to only read people directly for character and not fall back in some of the hurtful, unchangeable, but it's easier to say. It is easier to say. Sometimes it's easy for me to call you, oh, you fat, nasty, sloppy looking. Sometimes, and I can be fat myself. Sometimes it's just easier to say, especially if you're mad. Meek Mills is not inclusive to me, so it doesn't matter to me. Meek Mills is not inclusive. So explain that. What you mean? He's not like affirming, he's not cool with gay people. Is that what you mean? I hope Miss Netta has an insurance policy on Charles. Ooh. I hope everybody's insurance are in order. Or him on her. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. I hope they have all of their their things in order. Meek seems homophobic pretty much. Okay. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm talking about not on an individual level. I'm talking about just the cultural homophobia that we are kind of seeing in these stories. That we kind of seeing in these stories. I can even care. I don't want to. It's kind of like I can care about homophobia even if it's pointed towards a homophobic person. I think that those two things don't have to be exclusive. I may not care as much. But I care. I guess that's what I'm saying. I can't stand how the way people bully Netta. It makes me rage. Is it bad? I still want that Philly pipe. Oh yeah, that is my husband. Don't get me wrong. As far as him, I love him. I love Meek Mills. He is my type. That chocolate thick lip man. That is yes, that's my type. Anybody who knows me know that that is my type. I still would take it down. But yes, we have we in the last 30 minutes. What y'all want to talk about? What else is on your mind? Because that's all I wanted to talk about. I will be, make sure y'all thumbs up. I will be in Atlanta um this weekend. I fly out tomorrow. I don't feel like dealing with Atlanta's restaurant, so I was gonna ask where should I eat, but you know how Atlanta. I've always had negative experiences in Atlanta restaurants. Bad service. Sometimes the food be good, but the service be crappy. Dreams and nightmares is what he said. But yeah. Sweet dreams are made of these. Who am I to disagree? Travel the world and the seven seas. Everybody's looking for something. Mm, 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 mm. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else has been going on in the world? Have a good night, Saint. What do you think of Beyonce taking back country music? Um, Taking back country music. I wouldn't say that. I would say Beyonce is being a country girl, exploring another genre of music that she has played with in the past. Um, yeah, I think it's dope. I think Beyonce's country era is dope. I think that people don't like I don't think people understand that there are more black people in the South than any other place in this country. And we listen to country music. We are fans of country artists. It plays on the radio. It plays, we listen to it. Southern black people are a part of country culture. There are, it just what it is. Not just the history, because people like, black people are the history. We are a part of the culture now. We are part of the culture right now and have been a part of it, not just the past history of country. We are part of the country culture now. Um, yeah, I love Reba McEntire. I love Dolly Parton. I love Winona Judd and the Judds. Winona alone and with her mama Naomi. I love Trisha Yearwood. I love Martina McBride. That voice, amazing. I love Alison Krauss, the bluegrass queen, soprano. Oh my God. Alison Krauss' voice is one of my favorite voices in the world. Alison Krauss. I love Shania Twain. I love Loretta Lynn. Dixie Chicks are my fucking jam and been my jam. Like been my jam. Um, who else? Loretta Lynn. You know, you take it back old school, Patsy Cline. Um, who else? Who else do I fucking love? Faith Hill, Tim McGraw, Garth Brooks. Shania is on my playlist. Oh, Shania is my bitch. Queen of Country is to me is Dolly. Love Dolly. But one of my favorite voices, Alison Krauss. That motherfucker, Carrie Underwood. Carrie Underwood is a beast. But Reba, Martina McBride, that voice. There's a CMT performance of her. She got a white suit on, like a some white slacks and a white suit. It's Martina McBride, and she got a song called "Where Would You Be?" And there's a live performance. Leanne Rhymes, yes. There's a live performance of her singing "Where Would You Be." I get chills just listening to that. Where would you be if you weren't here with me? Who would you love? If you weren't loving me. Oh, it's just such a beautiful lyric, and she sings the hell out of it. Where would you be? It's a live performance where she has on like a white suit on, and it's this a live performance on the Country Music Awards. Or CMT, I can't remember. Anyway, but it's called Where Would You Be? Look it up. Fancy Don't Let Me Down. That's one of my favorite country songs. That country pop crossover in the 90s was so real. Yes, with Leon Rhymes and Dixie Chicks. I can give you 2 good reasons to show you love's not blind. She's 2 and he's 4, and you know they adore you. So how can I tell them you've changed your mind? Sometimes I wake up crying at night, and sometimes I scream out your name. What right does she have to take your heart away? But for so long you were mine. I remember when you were mine. Whoa, that song is so sickening. That's Dixie Chicks. When You Were Mine. The Dixie Chicks cover a Landslide. Yes. I love the Dixie Chicks. They got a song called Home. That is my favorite. Reba McEntire, my favorite song by her is Fancy. That's not her original song, but she killed it. I don't really have a Billy Ray Cyrus song that I like, but I like Billy Ray as a person. What's that song? You Were Mine, When You Were Mine by Dixie Chicks. Don't Break My Heart. I remember that song, but I can't say I love that. I just don't think you'd understand. But if you break my heart, my achy breaky heart. I don't remember. I remember the song, but I don't know it. I don't love it. It was kind of like corny to me, but it was a pop moment when it came out. Standing Outside the Fire is my favorite by Billy. Mickey Guyton is cute. Who else? This old school. Delta Dawn, what's that flower you have on? Could it be a faded rose from days gone by? And if I hear you say she be meeting you here today to take you to his mansion in the sky. I love that one. What other one is my favorite? One of my favorite country songs. June Cash voice makes me cry. June Cash. Who is June Cash? June Carter? Is that her maiden name? Johnny Carter's wife? One of the Carter sisters? Johnny Cash's wife? Is that who you talk about? I know her, I think. Yeah, her original name is June Carter. She was a part of a country family group. I think that's who we're talking about. Her sister wrote Ring of Fire. For Johnny. She came from a family. I think that's who you're talking about. June Carter died in. I think her maiden name is Carter. Yeah, I like her sister's voice. Her sister, is it whoever wrote Ring of Fire. I think it's Anita Carter. Yeah, Anita Carter. June's sister. I go down, down, down to the Duck and Mire. It's Anita. The Ring of Fire. That's that song. That's Anita. That's her sister. Mm-mm. They all sing though, but if you're thinking about that song, it's Anita. If that's the song you hear, I love. If that's the song you are referencing, um, kiss, 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 kiss. Doo-doo-doo. I don't remember the words to that, but yes, I love that song. My favorite Faith song is it is whatever that song that she was in that silk satin dress in the desert. um, Let me see what song it is. I can feel you breathe. That's the song. Rushing over me. Suddenly I'm melting into you. I don't know the words. But yes, that's my favorite Faith Hill song, Breathe. I can feel you breathe. But I like Kiss too. Kiss is fun. So yeah, I think that people forget that there are black people in the South who fuck with country hard. Um, Especially rural Southern people, because that is what's playing and that's what's in the culture. And yeah, so I love that Beyonce is what I love is that her putting out her songs really made people focus on black people who are already in the genre. And so their streams and their sales are going up because they are already in the genre. It's the way you love me. It's the this. Ain't that it? Yeah, I like that song too. My favorite is my favorite song by Shania Twain is From This Moment, long as I live, I will love you. What is it? I promise you this, there is nothing I wouldn't miss from this moment. I think that's the word. I'm messing up the words. On, I give my love to you. Oh, I don't know. With all my life. Oh, you're still the one that I love, the only one I dream of, still the one I kiss for a good night. You're still the one. You're still the one that I run to. The only one I run to. I don't know the words. Looks like we made it. Look how far we come, my baby. Might have took the long way, but I knew we'd get there someday. They say, I bet they'll never make it, but just look at us growing on. We're still together, still going strong. You're still the one. Yes, I love that song. My next Shania song is Always and Forever. I don't think I've heard that one. My next one is what other song do I like by Shania? From This Moment, You're Still the One. Um Gonna down inside. Day all night. That in time is gonna be mine. I bet you I'm gonna get you. I don't know some. I think it's. I bet you I get you. I think It's called I get. I'll get you. I bet you I get you. Something I can't remember. Shania is Girl Windsor, Ontario's finest. Canadian fish. Gonna get you good. Yeah, something. But yes, I love that because she looks sickening in that video. All public functions growing up in rural Mississippi played either country, blues, or gospel music. That was it. That's it. That's the truth. And when I moved to Mississippi, I was bombarded by blues. I was already in gospel. I already knew about gospel, but blues, baby, blues and country, it was a whole other level. I was already fucking with country because my people is from the South. So country was a part of us growing up as well. But blues was too, but it was a particular Chicago type of blues, that kind of Denise LaSalle. It was like a Chicago bluesy kind of thing, city-fied blues. But then when you go to the South and you get into Peggy Scott and is it Marvin Cease? My new favorite is King George. He kind of like an up-to-date young young blues kind of singer that I really like. Shania was the girl in the 90s, yes. I love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it. So that's what I think about Beyonce. I think Beyonce is going to I'm gonna need her to get some visuals. I see a little bit of visuals, but I need visuals on this album. But yes, music is fire. I love the song. I love 16 Characters more than I like Texas Hold'em, but I love what's happening with Texas Hold'em on the internet, the dances, because that's what you do. You do the dances at the it's kind of like electric slide. There are literal dances for songs in the culture. So I love what's happening with the song on the internet. Down, 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 down. Love it. But I like 16 Carriages. It is pretty. Yeah, I'm glad she's in her country era. I like it. I need my drink. Mm. I can't wait till y'all see my hair. Y'all see my hair? I'm growing my little pixie. As soon as I'm able to get it professionally done, I'll show it to y'all. mm. Child Black After Hours Club stay playing Neon Moon and Tennessee Whiskey, the country version of I Can Love You Like That. How is the biopolitics of feelings going? It is going nowhere. I haven't started past the first couple of pages. I have been really busy. I mix rose, coconut, and pineapple. And the flavors, like I have rose flavor drink and then coconut and pineapple flavor drink. And I put it in here, and this ironically tastes like a red delicious apple. Like the Red Delicious kind, this tastes like that. I wonder why that is. Like I've tasted each one of them separately, and I can taste the coconut and pineapple when it's by itself, and I can taste the rose when it's by itself. But when I put them together, it gives Red Delicious apple. Oh, that's another thing about the surgery. You got to make sure you get your water because you don't have enough room in your stomach. Sometimes you can't intake enough water. And so, and a lot of times when people don't lose weight, it is because because their stomachs had adjusted. Their way to make up for it is to get their calories in liquid. So they'll be drinking juices and pops and all that kind of stuff. So it will be counter to them losing weight because they are drinking same calories that they were. Instead of them eating it, they're drinking it now. And so you gotta be real conscious of it. So that's why I get that kind of the squirt in stuff that don't have any calories and put it in water so I could get my water intake and it's not, giving me any calories. How was your birthday? My birthday was great. All my homegirls came out to a dinner at Eddie V's here in Houston. Some of them flew in. It was so dope. It was just all the people that I love. Small little 8 people group. Baby, how big was that crab cake you had? It was so good. I loved it. I got everything that I wanted. I wanted this Louis Vuitton bag. So this is my new one. I showed this earlier. So I got these roses. These roses from my org. They sent me them. Then this fire ass Louis Vuitton bag. I love it. I love clutches, shit that I can hold in one hand or I can carry like this. But I love clutches. Oh, sickening. And then I showed this earlier. My Balmain bag. I have a a record player now. I got this as a gift. Like old school record vinyl. I have a vinyl and I got a couple of vinyl records that I can play. Stevie Wonder, Songs in the Key of Life. That is his classic. I think his quintessential album. I know other people like other ones, but I love that one. That album and Emily King. That album. And there's another one. Oh, Ella Fitzgerald. So, perfect start to the collection of vinyl records, just so you can set a vibe. Because sometimes, you want to have company over and you can put on a record. I love that. The sexiness of that. What else did I get? I got some coins, some money. I got somebody paid off my timeshare. So I have a timeshare. Somebody paid off the rest of it. So I had about I had some money, just a chunk of it that needed to be paid off, and they paid it off for me. So I own a timeshare now. So there's that. Every year my sugar daddies, like I hate to call them my sugar daddies, but these are basically clients from my escort days that I still deal with, that we have transitioned from them being a client to being like homie, lover, friend. Every year, the two that I have, they always give me a cute little chunk of coin. What else? What else did I get? What else did I happen? Just an amazing dinner. The food was amazing at the place. It was dope. It was good, and I was with all the people in the world that I love, other than my brother. My brother wasn't there because he couldn't get off work. But I will be seeing them next month in April. I'm going to Indianapolis for my nephew's birthday, because I haven't seen my my nephew since we went to Cancun last July. So yeah, my birthday was great. This is one of the best birthdays I've had in a couple of years. Loved it. The fish experience. Yes. Yep, we all got dressed up and went out like classy women. Yes, these are the earrings. Yes, Ty got me some earrings and some delicious chocolates. And these right here. Which I love turquoise. I love these. Hey, Vernus. And Vernus got me. I think this is what didn't you give me this, Vernus? I think. Look at these. Hey, Vernus. And some artwork. Yes. Let me show them. Where did I put it? I don't know where I put it. In 2 pieces. I thought that I put it. They're in my bedroom. Yes, and some artwork. Where did I put it? They're going in my bedroom because that artwork matches my bedroom. Yeah, I'm gonna put it in the I have like, it's hard to explain. That abstract painting, I have another abstract painting in the I have the abstract painting from Michael. I have that one, and I have another one that's like a big one, and I have lined it with some LED lights in my bedroom. So I'm probably just gonna add it to. There's a place in there that it needs some art. The everlasting roses, yes. Have you been to El Tempo in Houston? I have, years ago though. I went to the one on Westheimer and Taft. There's actually one really, really close to where I live right now, but I went to the one on Westheimer and Taft. You didn't like it? Mm. I ain't been there in years. It was years ago. I liked it. It was okay. It wasn't great, but I liked it. I always get told it's really, really good and the margaritas are good. I don't know about really, really good, but it's okay. There's El Tempo's right by me. It used to be called the Palms, but they opened a new El Tempo's right across the street from Papados. Well, directly across the street from Christie's, but Papados is right there, which is way close to me. I was supposed to go to Iceland for my birthday, but it's volcanoes happening in Iceland, ironically. But I was broke anyway, but that's what I was supposed to do. But that's what I wanted. Cardi got a new song out, and she looks sickening. Ha! Come on, Cardi. Cardi gonna give you a look, baby. Cardi look fire as fuck. I can't even listen to it because I don't want to get demonetized, but I'll listen to it when I'm done. Looks fire. If you're a jet setter, then say that. Then Iceland, come on now. Yeah, because that's one of my. I want to be. I want to take a picture on the black sand beaches in when it's cold. Yes, I want to take a picture. Well, in my older age, my 40s, what I had said, my 30s was full of me working um, and getting getting established and stable. Da 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 da. My 40s is me. Where do you find black sand beaches? There's some in Hawaii, but I want to go to the ones. I've been to Hawaii many times. I want to go to the ones in Iceland because I've never been to Iceland. And so I want to go there. Black sand beaches, usually black sand beaches are created because the sand is volcano rocks. It's like sediment from the volcanoes that are erupting around the beach, and it makes it black. It makes the sand black instead of like the pretty white. And so if you look up black sand beaches in Iceland, you'll see what I'm talking about. It's really gorgeous, and I want to go there. Um, and so in my 40s, I said that I want to go to places that I dreamed of going. So one of those places that I dream of going is Iceland. So that's one. I want to be on the black sand beaches, and I want to be in one of those hotels where it's snowing all around you, but you got like the hot spring, like the steamy, hot, warm water, but it's all cold and ice all around you. They have a hotel like that in Iceland that I want to go to, and it's only like 250 a night, so it's inexpensive. So my homegirls, they like tropical stuff. So I was gonna go with my brother. Yes, it's some black sand beaches in California too. But I've been to California a lot. I want to go places I've never been. Um, I want to go to South Africa, particularly Cape Town and Johannesburg. I want to go to the beaches on Cape Town. I want to go to Bali. Bali is really, really inexpensive to go to. Like most of your money is going to be going on the flight because where you stay and food and stuff is um, inexpensive. I want to go to Bali and New Zealand. I want to go to Auckland. I want to go to different places that they recorded Lord of the Rings. So anybody who knows me, I love Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter and da da da. But they shot most of Lord of the Rings in New Zealand, and so I want to go to some of the spots where they shot Lord of the Rings. And so I want to go to New Zealand. Um, any of those islands like Fiji. I want to go to Fiji because that's where the Black Pacific Islanders are. Well, I don't think they consider themselves black, but the ones that look more African, they got afros and shit. Fiji, I think some of them do, but I'm not 100% sure. 100% sure. I want to go to Tokyo. I've never been to Tokyo. I've never been to any East Asian country. I've been to West Asian countries, but not to any East Asian countries. So, you know, South Korea, Seoul, Beijing, China, Tokyo, Japan, Phuket, like Thailand. I want to go to Thailand. That would be inexpensive to do. I've been to Mali. I didn't like the food there. I've been to like the Maldives, Mali, and those areas. I've been there. I didn't really like the food there. I've been to Dubai or other places. I want to go to the Ukraine, but because of the war, I think it's kind of weird now. But I don't know. Somewhere in Russia, Moscow, somewhere I'm there. I want to just Prague. I don't know if Russia's Prague. I don't know if Prague is in Russia. Where's Prague? What country is Prague in? I want to go to Prague, but I just said that because I visualize the look. I want to go to Finland. I'm gonna have a Finland trans person on the show coming up. And so she has inspired me to visit Finland. So I want to go to Finland. Yeah, that's about it. Oh, I want to go somewhere in Italy or Greece. Somewhere in that area. Yeah, somewhere in there. Capri, somewhere in there. So that's what I'm trying to go to. I'm trying to get to all these places. Like I'm a rich white woman. But there was a migration of Black folks moving to Bali during the pandemic. Yes, it was, especially young Black folks. Actually, I want to go to Belize too. Actually, Meridia. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but that's where a lot of expat Black people go. Meridia. Mm. Mm. I'm thinking about moving if Trump wins. I'm actually thinking about moving out of the country. I don't know how, but I'm literally saving up just in case. I'm definitely thinking about moving if Trump wins in 2024, I'm thinking about moving in 2025. I don't know where though. I don't know where. I love Brazil. I love Belize. I felt like I could love there. Yeah, I would. I would. If I could, baby, if I could speak Spanish, baby, I would have been gone out this motherfucker. I would have been moved, but I don't like language barriers, and I'm not good at picking up language. I am just not good at it. I have tried. I have bought Rosetta Stone. I have bought books. I'm not good with picking up language for some reason. I know they speak English, but they can speak Spanish. You need to be able to speak Spanish too, I think. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Well, all right, y'all. I have to go. I have to pack and get some rest for my flight because it's super early in the morning, like 7 o'clock. Uh, Police folks are like Central American Mexican. But yes, I will chat with y'all. Yeah, this month is busy. I will be in South by Southwest. I will be doing an event there. I'll be in Atlanta tomorrow, this weekend. The weekend after that, I'll be in Austin for South by Southwest. I have an event in Dallas. I have something else that's happening at the end of the month. I can't remember exactly what it is, but I think it is in Indiana. Um, I think I got a lecture at Indiana University. So these are the places that I'll be in March. But yes, I will chat with y'all and be blessed, y'all. Make sure y'all thumbs up if y'all at the end. Bye bye.